Whoop. I knew I forgot something. Let's see if that works. It works. Cool. All right, welcome in, everyone. My name is Wheeler. Welcome to Stream Many Things. I am your host for tonight. Let me make sure that you can hear me and the music is turned down a little bit. And we're mini painting and chilling again. So thank you guys so much for joining. A few quick things the other way before we get started. One, if you aren't following the channel already, please do. If you have the financial ability to, please consider subscribing. Or if you'd like your money to go to a cause, consider donating to our fundraiser for Planned Parenthood. Going to keep going until we meet the goal. So feel free to donate to that. It should be available in the new charity aspect of Twitch. So, yeah. Follow us on our socials at StreamOfMT on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Or me. You can follow me personally at Wheeler's Minis on pretty much anything. You can also check out all the stuff I have in stock on my website, which includes some of the stuff that I paint on stream. However, today I'm working on commissions. But if you missed the stream and you heard about it and you'd like to rewatch it, all of our VODs are up on YouTube, which if you would be so kind as to head over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'd really appreciate it. I still don't have all my goals up, but I would like to get... I'd like to get at least 100 subscribers by the end of the year. That's a long way to go, and we only need 44. So hopefully I'll get past that. I'd love to get the stream to 750 followers on Twitter, 500 followers on here, and I think that's it. I don't really do too much on TikTok at the moment. Should probably get back into that. Anyway, but thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy tonight's stream, and let's go ahead and dive into it. So this is another wonderful commission piece that I got that I get to work on. And once a classic Nightwalker, but with the aspect of actually showing off some of the purples and blues that come with deep tinged things of that sort. So first and foremost, I'm actually going to take the translucent plastic on the back, hit it with some Gravelord Gray. This is just going to give it that smoky look that Nightwalkers have on the back. He wanted traditional smoke, or they wanted traditional smoke on the back, and I could think of nothing better than putting some good old army speed paints on there to really show it off. You guys are very lucky, by the way. I cannot hear any of the music, so I hope it's good. If it's not, let me know in chat and I can change it. But yeah, we're gonna get this, because this shouldn't take too long. It's a very monotone creature. I'm gonna hit it with the Gravelord Gray on the translucent plastic, and then I'm actually going to go over the entire thing in Grim Black, because the Hive Dweller purple I think is going to be too much purple, and I definitely want to keep some of the shadows of this creature intact and not purple. I want him to be the kind of entity of darkness that it is, so... We're just getting this out of the way first. I've been working a lot today on paint stuff, specifically some personal projects, and I am excited to get back into painting some not personal projects. I think it is important to diversify when you have a hobby, as to not get burnt out from said hobby. So working on personal stuff, while also working on stuff, especially if you have a business attributed to it, it's always a good thing. So... business advice with Wheeler. Got another community challenge up as well. If you'd like to donate your channel points to that, doing another big mini paint at some point as soon as we hit our goal with that. So I can pay you to a kiss from the rose on the grave.
Hey, and if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to Stream of Many Things. Hey, where's my extension cord?
What extension cord?
The one that's in our bedroom all the time.
That's a good question. The one that is like a mace?
Yeah.
That is a good question. Where did we have it last?
It was okay. So the last time we had it was on the island because I had it plugged in when I took photos, and then I asked you to go get the charger really late at night, and then you came back with only the charger, not the mace.
Which means it's probably out in the living room somewhere.
I'm not blind. It's definitely. But I'll look for it. Have a good stream.
I can pay you to a kiss from the road. Please don't sue me, CL. I just like your song and I want to sing it. And please don't hate me, Twitch. I want to get DMCA'd for singing Seal. It'd be kind of embarrassing. So this black is just gonna kind of dry on the translucent stuff and make it look Gucci. Gucci gang. Alright. We'll take some grim black. Grim black. It's so black and grim. I can pay you till I can't swim. So this one is crazy enough going to be a little bit darker than the other one, and I'll probably just hit up this bottom part with it. Luckily, because I primed this the way that I did, it should give me really nice contrast. They didn't want a lot of gray, which I'm going to go back over this with black. Maybe. Or just leave it as is and go back over the highlights with purple and deep blues. Because if you didn't know, when something is like black leather or like super duper black, the highlights aren't actually gray. They're actually like they tend to be a little bit more purple. So that's what I'm going for. But it's gonna look gray just because of, again, the highlighting or the prime job that I did on it, which is Zenthal. So it's gonna have a little bit of a gray tone to it, but not a lot. Because again, I'm not going for gray. I am specifically going for really dark and purple. Luckily, this commission is literally right up my alley. I love doing things based off of the official artwork that companies have for their creatures, so I can pay you to a kiss from the rose on the grave. I get to do exactly what I would do with it if I was painting this for myself. Baby. And luckily, if I miss any spots because of the priming that I did on it, it will show up pretty easily. So I get to do a few of these too because they have some cool stuff that they're doing. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, I appreciate it, and I hope that you are enjoying the sultry sounds of epidemic sound, as well as every once in a while hearing the sound of a brush whisk its way across miniature. Well, I don't know if mini is the correct terminology for something this big, but we'll say that it is. Terrify your players. Throw something like this at them. I'm gonna terrify them even more. The face reminded me of a clown, so paint it like a clown. Everyone loves clowns, right? Just kidding, don't do that. And people who are actually afraid of those things. That would be not cool. Or would it? He is looking properly, I don't know, sauced, is that the correct term? Alright. I'm gonna let it dry for a second. And I realized that I left my water, so I'll be right back. Give it a chance to dry. Maybe I can set the... Couldn't find a charger, but yeah, dies it dies. making sure I'm hitting everything. For the stone, I don't know what I'm going to do for the stone, but just to keep it consistent, I guess I'll just paint everything in a dark tone and then figure out what to do with it afterwards. When in doubt, having a dark shade is never a bad thing over an area, because then at least you have a dark shade there and all you need to do is just add a little bit of color. So we're just going to add some black. Don't think we're going to have enough for all of it, but luckily we have more paint. I can pay you to a kiss when I'm around. Easy peasy, don't need any assistance. It's not true, I probably could use assistance, but I like doing things on my own. Once this dries a little more, we can start putting like actual paint on it. Because this is a commission piece, I'm giving it its due diligence and proper timing for letting the paint dry. Ooh, Jesus. Cool beans. Let's just get pieces. All right. Now to figure out the colors that I'm going to use. Definitely now I'm going purple, like I said. And I think the deepest purple I have is purple worm. Purple worm, purple worm. Excuse me. Alright, so we're gonna go purple worm, black. Obviously, don't want to go as a red. Flip. Hold on. Oh, there's nothing. Okay, this is good. Yeah, very purple with like a blue eye, like a light blue eye. So that's what we're gonna go with. It's very purple. So actually, I might not even dilute the. No, I will, because it's definitely darker than what I have. But we'll do that. We'll do like purple mixed with black. And then the base, it's always hard to figure out what the base is gonna be for pieces like this, because you definitely want to like I've already got so much black here, I might as well use it. You don't want to like, I usually ask like where their party is going to be meeting this the creature that I get commissioned. Um, that's okay. Because I just want to make sure that the scenery matches. You know what I mean? You don't want to be like, oh yes, this is what you're fighting. Oh. And it's got like a snowy base, but you're in like a tropical jungle. That is just coming across as very gray, which is not what I want. It's like ish purple. Purple-ish. That was quick.
I know. Do you want it? Bring it here.
Sure. I'm gonna get a non-gray. Deep purple. Looks like purple's on my list of things to renew. I am running out of paint very quickly. I mean, like, I guess that's purple. See how it. Oh yeah, it shows up exactly how I want it to. That's good. So worried that it was going to be. Yeah, this is like literally the exact color. That's crazy. The hooves, I'm gonna. Oh, they also have purple on them, but I think I'm gonna keep them black.
So, they do not play.
Holy shit, that's a lot.
So, I don't really know where to put it.
Just give me a second. I'll
Yeah,
get to it.
bye.
Goodbye. I love you. Yeah, the beauty of minis like this is they don't really take a long time as long as you are careful with what you're doing. Like, you don't want to over paint on anything, but luckily, like, based off of the artwork I was given as reference, this is kind of exactly what they wanted, so I'm not too upset with it. At current moment. It doesn't mean that won't change. The beauty of it is it has like a lot of striations on it and like a lot of spaces for it to catch the paint. So I'm getting like a really good dry brush coverage. just like right off the bat, which is really nice. Oh. Please don't. Walkers are terrifying. When I got the commission for this, I was just like, wow, you are sadistic. You love watching your players in pain. It's like, I mean, good. You don't want to be too kind to them. God, these things like are not cool. They suck. In fact. One of the highest CR monsters in the game. God, that looks so good already. I hate it when I'm like, I'm gonna spend so much time on this, and then like 30 seconds pass, and I'm like, this is already so perfect. It sucks. I think I'm gonna go a little darker on the gonna do. Yeah. The nails, or the claws, I should say. I'm gonna do kind of pure black. And I guess by proxy, I will also do the hooves in straight black. Just to kind of make sure that that darkness is still there. Obviously, it's going to have this kind of purplish aspect to it, but I want to make sure that it is still... God, this looks so cool. Every once in a while, I'll do something like this, and even though it's just so simple, it just comes out so beautifully. And I love it so much. So normally I would go white and then paint over it, but I think I'm going to go gray, like an ash gray, and then go over it with a blue. It is. It's actually going really well. This guy has come along fairly quickly, which is never a bad thing. It is a commission piece, so God damn it! I hate every once in a while you just get like a little bit. You have to cover it back up. There we go. I appreciate you joining and hanging out. Sorry I haven't talked to you in a while because I haven't been on in the background of any streams recently, but I'm still here. And I'm still here. Alright, this one we're gonna go little dab of black there, little dab of black, little, there we go. Maybe little dab of black there, little dab of black there. In a moment. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go ash gray with these. Oh. Because it's like a bright enough white, or gray, I should say, that I think it'll work just fine. And it'll keep in theme with everything. I don't need that much. I need a little bit. Do like a little dry brush around, and what that'll help bring out is, once I get that painted in the light gray, just like a little bit of grade down there is gonna help it look. Oops, that's not where I want that. Put that thing back where it came from. Lord, so help me. Getting that gray there and then putting some blue over top of it is gonna give that aspect of making it look like it's glowing. Yes, I did. We went to Seattle. We just got back last week, but it was awesome, and I appreciate the well wishes of a good time, because it was a grand time. All right, I'm gonna put this here. Not much, honestly. He's just fucking. It was the worst. I always feel like I'm not doing enough, and then like. I look at the pictures of things like this, and they're just, that's it. I'm gonna take some much darker. Just underneath. Bring some of that darkness back. But yeah, it was a grand time. Cause you're based in the UK, right? Or Europe in general? I know there's a few conventions out there. I know Warhammer is really big out there. Um, I know you got big nerd daddy Cavill. Yeah, no, the convention was a lot of fun. I sold some stuff, which was really nice, and just had the opportunity to network. I meet a bunch of new people, which was awesome. Hang out and just have a blast with some good old friends. Gotta do black for the fingernails, black for the hose. It's like some pieces. Because it's so simple, I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Because that would be awkward. I appreciate it. Masterpieces is probably a little generous of a term, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Yeah, it was just nice, like being able to chat with people, even though like there weren't a crazy amount of people, at least in the industry that I'm in, specifically like mini painting and stuff. There were people there who were like selling 3D printed things, which like good on you. You know, make your dough. But yeah, it was just a good time. It was a lot of fun. And I think we're doing another convention at the end of this month if everything goes well. So, all right, take different brush now. Where's that? Where's my white brush that I use all the time? I seem to have misplaced it. Oh, come on. I must have misplaced it. Get some of this. And it's going to be a little purple, which is fine because that kind of ties everything back into the piece as a whole, which is like what you really want when you've got pieces like this. You want to make sure everything is cohesive. Especially, like I said, with this as simple as it is, I just want everything to look as good as it possibly can. So. Yeah, the guy who gave these to me, person I should say, just to make sure I'm gendering people correctly. The person I got these from was like, I'm gonna have more of these, and I was like, oh my, you are so sadistic. You're the absolute worst. But also tell me everything about your game, because if you must have a lot of faith in your players if you're gonna throw multiple of these at them in one campaign. making sure that these are all painted exactly the way I want them to be. I'm just gonna do like not perfect streaks, but just kind of like streaks off the side of the hand. And that's just gonna help give that idea of like smoke drawing from the hands. Even though there's no smoke on the hands, it is still gonna give that idea away. And then I'm going to take some more purple and hit the interior of the hands. Make sure that this color is consistent across the board. Cool beans. All right, now I gotta actually figure out and then just hit up the kind of the top of the hooves, just like the tips of the fingers, because that's where the light is. So that's gonna be where they are, where that's purple is gonna come through. So gorgeous. You know what? Smoke is also kind of that color. So what I'm gonna do is very, very lightly, with a minimal amount, just gonna kind of wisp over. It's still translucent, but I'm hitting up the very tips of, or the very top of the smoke to again just bring a level of cohesion to the piece as a whole. Still see through it, off of it. Definitely has more of a, it's one of those things where like I only know a lot about it because I've taken the time to learn. So I don't think it's an age thing per se. I just think it's a, you know, what's important to you thing, and you don't really need to know everything. But I too appreciate the artistry that some people have when it comes to doing stuff like this. It looks cool. And my buddy who also paints is the person that got me into painting. And I just fell in love with it, you know? It's one of my new favorite things to do is just paint. All right. Oh God, what color? Because we're going for like a light blue, pale blue, but I don't have a good pale blue. Excuse me. Got these. This is like a bluish gray. That's not what I want though. It's really between. This is a deeper blue, but that's not. I think I'm gonna go with the magic blue. It is very bright, but I think it is exactly what I want. So I don't need a lot. I just need like a drop, a little drop. There we go. All right. Take this. Just too much, but it's okay, because I really only want... It's too much. Nice blue. It's a little more blue than what I was expecting, but it honestly still fits pretty well. Right, and then I guess we'll just do a dark stone for the base. Foremost, let's get nice and glued and base. It is too late. That's okay. He's a little off to the side comparatively, but it's on me. Double check what it was beforehand. Let me make sure you can still see through. You can. It's a little hard to see from right here, but it is. Ow. Definitely works. I'll have to send a picture of this to the person and see how they feel about it. Alright. Castle Gray. Gray. Where's that dungeon stone? I know I was using it. Don't think I need it anymore. The Underdark Gray actually I think would work pretty well for this. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this specifically. I think it's because my brain works like 3 steps ahead at all times because of my ADHD, to where this becomes like it's very easy for my brain to get lost in, which is great because not many things do that. But yeah, I love doing this. This is one of my favorite pastimes. Just kind of sitting here and painting for a couple hours is always good. I did a lot of work today on personal projects, so I got a lot done. I was like, I don't really know if I want to paint because like part of my personal projects today were painting, and like I don't know. It's just not always the most advantageous thing for me to do when I've been doing stuff like this all day. But I was like, no, I need to get some stuff done. I need to get more work done on this because I took a week off because I got sick after we got back from the con. So being able to get into the office and actually get some work done is very, very, very nice. It's at 6:21. Damn, this guy took an hour. I'm pretty much done with him. I will. will take a moment here at 6:30 my time to eat some din din. I love the look of this too. Like just like the getting the stone on here is giving it this like very nice matte look. It looks really cool. With the dark undertone, so. Woo! Let me take a break real quick, get some food in my system since we are going to the gym tonight. Oh. ADHD is a pain. It is literally the fucking worst. But I appreciate the compliments. Every once in a while, I too have a piece that I think looks really good. I know this is riveting just watching me eat, but I'm doing what I can. Interesting falafel. The veggie platter from a local Mediterranean place. It's pretty good. Different than what I'm used to, but good. You got your classic Greek salad, some rice, some tabbouleh. Baba ganoush, hummus, falafel, some pita. Veggies are good. I'm vegetarian, so like, if I couldn't eat veggies, I would literally not be alive. I love vegetables. Veggies in concept, fucking weird. But delicious. Alright. Raw carrots are also delicious. I will fuck up a bag of baby carrots. Given the right stimulus. And salt's just a flavor enhancer. It's delicious. In moderation. Sometimes it can be a little too much, but It's good stuff. I can't deny that. I would. Well, I already am, but like, there are certain things that I would get married to easily. Only one person though. I will return momentarily. I need to use the bathroom real quick and plug in my phone. So, figure out. I'll be right back. Eat a little bit more and then we'll get back to it. Oh, no. Hey! Hey, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. I got some fun emotes that you now have access to. And no ads, speaking of. Whip, 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 whip. Oh, goodness. Hydrate. Alright, let's get back into this. Oh. So I don't want to hit up... Well, let's just see how I feel about it. Because, like... If it's... good... Then I'll do a little bit of it. But I don't want to... Trying to see what happens if I hit up... Oh, I was taking the paint off. All right. Working on a little bit too. I want just the purple, but it's mixing with other things. That purple is not going to go a long way. I need more purple. Goodness gracious. What? keep running out of colors, which makes sense. I've been using the same colors for like years now, so I'm surprised that they've lasted this long. But just want to see what doing just a little bit of just straight purple over the top will do. I don't mind it. Just on the very edges of some of the highlight areas. Usually I stick to not doing as many highlights just because I don't want it to dull the depth of color, especially on something like this where it's like supposed to be a little dark. I don't want it to overshadow everything else, but a little bit can go a long way, and having it just kind of in certain places has the desired result. Just a little bit. Just to help bring out the purple a little bit. I think it looks pretty good though. Oh. Thank you also for donating to the Big Mini Paint. Super excited for that. Should it happen. I haven't done any big prints in a while. And I have one that I'm thinking of. I think this guy's pretty much done. It's always the worst. I hate when things go so smoothly. Just kidding. Don't. Whatever is listening, please don't make my life harder. That would suck. Oh, goodness. Alright, let's see. What else can I work on? I guess I could start working on this guy. The other one. He's gonna have similar aspects to him. I think I did sand golem for the skin. We'll start with that. Again, I think he's done. I'll send a picture of him to the person. I know, how fucking dare things go well? Gross. My life's been misery up to that's not true. It's actually been pretty easy. I'm a white man. What do I have to complain about? But yeah, it's nice because it's like, oh, okay, my skill has obviously gotten better to the point where I don't need to do as much to something for it to look good. Which, like, that part of it, you know, A+. That's a great compliment to myself. But the other part is like the terrible, terrible imposter syndrome of being like, did I do enough? Do I deserve to be painting this for someone? I really don't think I do. But I do. I have years of practice under my belt, and I think that I deserve a little crumb of recognition every once in a while. And it's always good to gas yourself up. It's important, in fact. It is very important. So for this one, what I'm doing is I'm taking this like yellowish brown and I'm painting it underneath the chitinous armor that it has. Because that is going to be the color of its skin. I did the same thing for its mouth. I could be wrong. I finished painting the one and handed it to him, or to them, and trying to remember how I did it. I can't remember if I did it like this or not, but getting that good base tone in there is always... It's easier now to do it because then I can come back over it later and kind of put things in and make them look more gooey. Also gonna put them underneath the pits. Pits and bits. Especially because we still have 50 minutes. Try and fill this time with something and be productive. Alright, most of that is fine. I remember I think I hit him with gray afterwards. For like the majority of him. Which I'm gonna do that now. Because the only other bits are the headpieces and the tail, which is gonna be a... Goodness gracious. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. Which is going to be the purple alchemy. I'm almost out of Graverwood Gray. Because I've been using a lot of it recently. Let's just see if this will help clear some space so it can just come out. All right. So the gray is pretty much going to go everywhere. Just all over. And I think this one is a little bit brighter with the prime job that I did than the other one. I think I gave him the best one that I had primed for the first one. Oh, and then I'll need a little bit of pallid bone to get the teeth. But this one's not bad. I think I was just a little bit less heavy-handed with the highlighting on the other one. Which, you know, might be good or bad depending on who you're talking to and what they want the mini to look like, so. Wee. There's a bit of a wee. A wee, wee on the way. Wee, wee on the way. That's fair. I do deserve it. God knows I've been trying. No, but it is always good to gas yourself up every once in a while. You got to remember that, you know, you might have supporters out there, but you will always be your biggest supporter. Unless, of course, you have, like, those really overbearing parents. In which case, I don't think you could be your biggest supporter. Your parents wouldn't let you. Oh, goodness. Yeah, just getting some paint on these is always good. I've got one more of these that I have to do, but I have to get it primed properly. I fucked up. I accidentally put the wrong I accidentally put the wrong needle in my airbrush. So now I gotta go back over it. And I just have to wait for the paint to get here because I ran out of my black paint. Oh. But as soon as that happens, I can get the final one of these primed. And luckily these weren't super difficult. The one that's going to be the most difficult is the one that I want to spend the most time on, which is always a good thing. When you're doing projects, if you're like, this thing's going to take a lot of time, I'm going to give it the time that it needs. Usually, I won't say always, but usually it will end up in your favor if you actually take the proper time to do something that needs a decent amount of time. So, goodness. Oh, yeah. Or just find my local spots and make sure I mark those on my map of places to go loot if the apocalypse happens. Blue, I hear you. I can't let you come in here though. Because I let you come in here, then Stanley and Blue or Jello are gonna want to come in here, and then it's gonna be a whole mess. I'm gonna have to kick all of you out and then feel horrible about it. I love you all so much. Thus the life of living with 3 cats continues. Many animals. I think we're up to 18 pets now. 4 snakes, 4 geckos. A tarantula. I see what else. 6 rats. 3 cats. I think that's it. Almost got a bird, but I got the veto. And also it's just not financially responsible right now to do that. But I love birds so much. I think birds are so cool. If your superpower that you would want is to fly and you don't think birds are cool, then like you're a liar. You either don't want to fly or you do think birds are cool. So make up your mind on that one. that is gonna. That's it for the. For that. I think the last one is. Yeah, the rats are probably the smelliest of the group. Um, Snakes don't really have a smell, which is really nice, but yeah, the rats are the smelliest, I would say, and then yeah, reptiles don't really have a smell. And if they do, usually that means something is wrong. So yeah, I think those are the only ones that have like a actual smell attached to them. Um, and they can be messy, but we tend to keep them clean consistently. The cats actually are the messiest because they will constantly be knocking things over or just puking on the floor. And, you know, it's like being a parent. They expect you to pick it up instead of, just doing it themselves. But that and the fact that they literally can't pick it up, but yeah, 6 rats. All of them we got around the same age. Some of them we kept from some of our rats having babies. But they are all loved and super sweet and have an amazing setup. In fact, all of our pets do. We strive to make sure that any animal we get has the proper home and will live out their entire lives with us in absolute luxury. We want to make sure they're getting exactly what they need. The same is said for we ever decide to have kids. That kid will be taken care of to the fullest extent, and we won't put ourselves in a situation to take care of a kid unless we know that we have the ability to take care of it to our fullest extent. Financially, spatially, anything. Which I think is really important. I want to make sure that everything has its proper home. Wait, let's see, what am I missing? Get this piece of that. Now the last little bit I have to do is get some. I love our cats. Obviously I had one and then they had one and then we got one together. And they are our babies. I love them so much and I would do anything for each and every one of them. They do annoy the piss out of me sometimes, but I think that's just part of being a parent of an animal. Is they're gonna piss you off at some point because you're gonna be in a bad mood or what have you. It's gracious. Palette. Alright, now we got some bone color on there, and I think that's it for the base of this guy. It's true. They will. If we ever have one. Or adopt, or what have you. Damn, I still have 30 minutes. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that time. Pretty much already done everything I can. Time to flip the sheet. Get a new space for cleaning things. Alright, what can I work on? Yeah. Look in here. See what I've got. Give it a shot. Give it all what I've got. La dee da dee dee. La dee da dee dee. Got these elves I could do some work on. I don't know if I'm in the mood to do anything minute at the moment, though. I have to do them at some point. I did promise the people who voted that I'd do more humanoids, and I've kind of yet to do so. I guess I did, but paint myself. I don't think the people at the gym would look at me in a nice way. Golly, I thought that was going to take longer than it did. I don't really have anything else I can work on because I'm still waiting for the paint to come in. If I had my paint, I would prime something and just work on it, but I don't. I guess I could probably work on this. Let's put some white on the table. Paint for a little longer, see. Got the fucking Mario 3D Mario theme stuck in my head. Can't get it out. Kind of same idea though with what I did for the Nightwalker, just kind of taking the color that I know it's going to be and just kind of brushing it on, making sure that I'm keeping some of the shadow. Obviously, it would be probably better if I just did it all in white, because unicorns are indeed, crazy enough, white. But I just want to see what this would look like before I do all that. Oh no. I've gotten pretty good at painting and talking over the years of streaming that I've been doing. And sometimes I do get a little distracted from it, but it kind of always ends up working out in the end, where I will prolong painting just long enough to where it actually gets me to that 2-hour mark in streaming, which is usually what I stream for. Stream for about 2 hours, but sometimes you just don't have a lot to do, and things that you thought were going to take a while actually only take half the amount of time you were expecting. And so you get days like today where you can work on other things, or I can work on other things, and even get to a point maybe where I just end the stream early. So one of the benefits of being the person who runs the stream is I kind of get to make my own hours for this. Which, to be honest with you, is not a bad thing, because there are some days where I just don't want to stream, and that is a-okay. I can just be like, hey, I'm not feeling it today. Hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you whenever we stream again. But I'm trying to stick to a schedule more now, because I do have a business that kind of is attached to this now, with the minis that I sell, that I paint. So this is kind of used as an opportunity to make sure that I at least get some work done during the week. Beautiful. Yeah, at first I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but honestly, now that I've given it a little bit of like actual attention to the white, I think I kind of like the gray look. It's a little dirty, but like it kind of gives it actual shape and color, which is really nice. Instead of just, you know, like, it is white. There is white. I've come to appreciate highlights more as I have continued down my mini painting journey. Being able to see them come to life on something like this is just really nice. Every once in a while you do just want to make sure that you get like colors where they need to be, even if it does somewhat act as a detriment. But like, I can always go over this yellow in a different color later on. I just want to make sure that I'm hitting these colors where they need to be. And if I get too much in places, again, I can just kind of go over it with the base tone again, which in this case is one of the speed paints. But I just want to make sure that I get color I want everywhere, and in a way that is going to add to the color scheme I have as an idea, rather than take away from it. Again, luckily for this, it's just kind of white, because unicorns are oftentimes portrayed in art as just a white horse. This one is a little interesting because it has like weird avian feet instead of hooves. But like, I like that white scheme better than just being pure white, because again, it does kind of give that level of shade. It's just really, really nice. I will go back over, and luckily, like, ironically, with the white, getting it hit in specific points like up here, it actually already gives it a nice kind of contrast of color. Yeah. It's just nice. Sitting here for, like I said, like an hour or two, just getting some work done it ends up being very therapeutic in a way, because you kind of just can let things drift to the wayside while you're doing work like this. I think that's why it helps my ADHD, because my ADHD tends to portray it and display itself in a way that is like my inability to focus on any more than one thing. And with this, I have to focus on this. So it kind of gives me the ability to just kind of shut everything else out for a little bit. And like I said, get some work done. It's the white. Glad I can help in some way. That's kind of what this is for too. Is just like it's giving me an opportunity to focus, but I wanted to make this something where it's like if you just need something on in the background while you're doing something and you just want to chat every once in a while, like that's why I do this. Because I am also very understanding of how the brain works when it comes to like ADD and things of that sort. So I wanted to give a level of ability to just kind of unfocus from reality for a little bit. That's the other thing. You know, some of this stuff I'll have to go back over, but that's how it is with art sometimes. Sometimes you just need to go back over something that you've already done. And sometimes it's beneficial. Sometimes it helps you to see things in a different light. I think one of the things that my buddy, who really is the reason why I paint today, taught me that I'm still kind of learning to get good at is like, especially when it comes to painting stuff like this, just don't sweat the small things so much. You know, you're going to be able to go back over it's a, you know, it's painting. It's not the end of the world if you accidentally hit something that you're not supposed to. So just, you know, take things in stride and allow yourself to make mistakes, because that's how you learn, which is super important. But it also is just nice every once in a while to not have to be like, damn, everything has to be perfect. Because it doesn't. Perfection is unattainable in the human world, and you shouldn't try to hurt yourself over trying to achieve something that's literally impossible. You should just strive to do your best every day. That's what I do. Strive to do my best every day, and I hope that becomes a inspiration for some people who watch my videos, to just be like, damn, it's okay to, one, it's okay to not be okay, but two, it's okay to make mistakes. I know it's cliche, but like, that is part of being human, is making mistakes and learning from them. I think the biggest thing to remember is that people are going to make dumb choices, but if you don't allow them the opportunity to grow, then they're just going to continue to make dumb choices. So. it takes time. You know, everyone's at a different point in their life. And I think one of the things that it's hard to remember sometimes is that like it's okay to not be where your peers around you are, especially if you went through, you know, more heinous things than they did. You know, I tend not to judge people around our age for what they do, or the choices they make, because you know we're at a point where even at an age older than me, you're still trying to figure out life. Now, that doesn't excuse some things. Like there are some people I have no sympathy for, um, and that's just a personal thing. But you know, we're very small things on a large rock that's floating in an extremely large universe. Um, so making mistakes is natural and shouldn't make you feel bad. And no one should make you feel bad for making mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we grow. God, she's so pretty. Might actually do her horn in gold. I think I'm gonna do her eyes gold as well. Yeah, and then just going back over some of the things I hit in yellow on accident with white. There's going to be a level of it that's going to have a little bit of yellow in it just because of what the paints I've been using, so I'll probably go back over it again and like pure white, but she got some more work I'll need to do on her. Alright, I think I'm going to end early tonight just so I can have a little bit of time to get ready, but I've got a couple more minutes before. Wait till we're at 4 more minutes. Just hang out and chat for a little bit before we end. Yeah, I got done with this a lot quicker than I thought. That's kind of why I ended up working on other things. But that's usually how it occurs. I'll plan on doing something for 2 hours, and then I'll have to wait at some point and take time on other things because paint's drying or what have you. So I'm glad I got some work done on the unicorn. It's always nice. I appreciate you using the term wisdom. I guess that is what it is, because it's just things that I've learned through life. But it's important, you know. We learn from our mistakes as one, but we also learn when we can have conversations with other people about things that we may not know the most on. You know, I'm not a, you know, I don't know everything. There's some things I'm pretty knowledgeable about because I went to university for them, but again, it's, you know, everyone's in their own place in life, and sometimes just talking to people about things is important. I'm glad that I could be of some service in talking. I like uplifting people and making sure that they feel safe. I think it's important. You know, we don't have to be alone in this world. We can choose to have people around us, and even though you're thousands of miles away, that doesn't change the fact that like we could still talk and converse and learn from each other. So okay, I'm gonna do my spiel on the way out, and we got 2 minutes, and it usually doesn't take that long, but I'd rather do it now. So you're watching this on YouTube, if you aren't following the channel, you should. Twitch, stream many things. If you have financial ability to, please consider subscribing or donating to our fundraiser for Planned Parenthood. We're going to be doing that until we finish. It's a big goal, but you know, it is what it is, and we're going to do what we can to make sure that we're raising money so that people have safe and continued health care for their bodies, which they have control over. Follow us on our socials at StreamMNT on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, or you can follow me personally at Wheelers Minis. You can check out my website, wheelersminis.com, to see what is available and in stock. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, do that. The VOD for this will probably be up on Saturday, but I appreciate the conversation. Appreciate everyone who watches these and likes them and enjoys the content that I make. Part of it is that I do it for you, part of it is I do it for me, but I'm going to continue to do it. Doesn't matter how many viewers I have, I don't care about that. I like having stuff out there so that people, when they need it, will be able to reach it and see it. So that's going to do it for me tonight. I will send the picture of this to the person who commissioned it from me and see what they think. Post pictures of it on Twitter probably soon, but that is going to do it for me tonight. I appreciate every single one of the people who watch this, and even the people that don't. I appreciate all of you. Really weird world. So, you are human, and I'm glad that we are able to have conversations with each other thousands of miles away. The internet is a crazy thing. It is both absolutely horrible and absolutely wonderful. But I will see you probably tomorrow. There might be a stream tomorrow with the thoughts. I don't know. And then probably on Saturday. But we'll see. And I'll continue to do this. I'll do this next Tuesday as well. So see all of you next time. I appreciate you coming out, having a conversation. It was awesome. Glad I got some work done. And yeah, have a great night.